Call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Yahweh Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth through rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is Montazah Lacham. Montazah Lacham means unleavened bread in the Lashawan Kodash, ancient language of our people. Remember, Jerusalem, the city of Jerusalem, is a people before it's a place. So wherever we dwell and wherever we're scattered to, the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to send evil spirits, evil angels, and demons to destroy us because of our continued disobedience and not keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. And this is prophesied that would happen anyway because our people are just hard-headed and stiff-necked and they refuse to return to the Lord and do what they were supposed to do, which is to fear him and keep his commandments. That's the whole duty of us as Israelites. But the Most High uses the Assyrian, the rod of the Lord's indignation, to come against us and destroy us, because the Lord is tired of withholding in. Let's get a biblical scripture on that one. Okay. Hold on. Still can't get it. Wow. Okay. Right. There it is. Jeremiah. Right. Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 11. Therefore I am full of the fury of the Lord. I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad and upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, the aged with him that is full of days. And their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together. For I will stretch out mine hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord. For from the least of them unto the greatest of them every one is given to covetousness, and from the prophet even unto the priest every one dealeth falsely. See? So the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai done had enough of the bullshit, man. Okay? Let's watch this video, man.
The thing that's harming us is the escalation tactics that Trump's trying to use to create a narrative that, Portland is this boogeyman that requires further militarization, and we just don't. And one federalized California National Guard members arrived in Oregon by plane.
Sure did. Let's go get it. Second Ezra's, if I can find it. Block you for that. As a matter of fact, I'll go to a different Bible app. Let's get a different one. Yep, let's get a different Bible app, because that's, I got where's my, oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? Alrighty, let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Yep, you knew where I was headed. Okay. Right. Let's start at verse 1. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the Highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Right? Now, let's skip down to 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. And that's exactly what's happening to our people, because the Most High just read earlier in Jeremiah 6:11 that the Most High is tired of withholding in, man. He's basically unleashed these Edomite Caucasian devils. Let me see. What's that one? Stephen Miller talking shit. What is it? Stephen. Oh, misspelled it. Miller. Was it press conference or some shit? I think that's it. Right, there it is. Talking shit about how ruthless he is. Right. Hold on.
This is a all-of-government unlimited support operation. ATF, DEA, FBI, ICE, Department of War, every resource we have. And they're not going to be sitting behind a desk at a keyboard. We are sending in real cops with guns and badges to go out with you on the street every single night making arrests. These are people who have taken down drug criminals, kingpins, the worst criminal offenders in the United States, standing with you shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. All we ask from you is to show up at roll call every single night with your brothers and sisters in the federal government and to go out and get the criminals off the street. And if you do that, I pledge to you, we will liberate this city from the criminal element that has plagued it for generations. This is not just a strategy shift. This is an attitude shift. We are not going to live in an environment anywhere where there is a street that belongs to a criminal, where there is a neighborhood that belongs to a gang, where there is any physical space anywhere that belongs to anyone other than the law-abiding citizens and families of Memphis. The idea that there is a square inch of block in this city where a citizen doesn't feel safe is unacceptable. This is Memphis, this is the United States of America, and all that bullshit is done. It's over, it's finished.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said before, I mean, this is what this animal's doing, man. And he got nerve enough to talk shit about calling us animals. Right? Stephen Miller. Fuck this asshole.
No time to read? Listen to an audiobook on Libby for free.
Salakia.
That's right. Their library has free audiobooks available to borrow.
Yeah, shut up.
Imagine. To the Memphis Police Department, to the officer, to the Memphis Police Department, show up at roll call every single thing other than the law-abiding citizens and than they are. And we have the entire weight of the United States government behind us. Idea
Hold
how
on.
tough.
He was talking shit. Here we go.
The
You're gonna start talking shit.
They think that they're ruthless. They have no idea how ruthless we are. They think they're tough. They have no idea how tough we are. They think that they're hardcore. We are so much more hardcore than they are. And we have the entire weight of the United States government behind us. What do they have? They have nothing behind them. So we are going to win. They are going to lose. We are going to rescue Memphis. And it will not only be safer than ever before, but businesses and investment are going to pour in. And Memphis will be richer than ever before.
Okay. So, I mean, these motherfuckers, man. These motherfuckers, boy, they have a perpetual hatred, okay, that goes way back, man. Let's get it, okay? Right? Let's get it. Let's start at Genesis. Genesis chapter 27, verse 15. Let's start there. And Rebekah, now Rebekah is Isaac's wife, the mother and father of Jacob and Esau. Okay? Right? Now, I'm going to give you a picture of what Jacob and Esau looks like side by side. You know, in my screenshots, if I can find it. It should be there. Salakia. So is this way you get it? Boom. 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 Jacob and Esau. Okay? Jacob and Esau. Esau is a so-called white man. And Jacob dwelleth in tents, right? And this tells you what this is Jacob and Esau. This is what it's just about. It's all about the birthright with these goddamn animals. Okay? So let's get back to the scriptures. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave savory meat and the bread which she had prepared unto the hand of her son Jacob. And he came in unto his father and said, My father. He said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hath blessed. Therefore the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren. That's what they're pissed off about. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. So, the mother's son, okay, of Rebekah, Jacob's mom, Isaac blessed Jacob instead of Esau. That means Esau has to bow down to his brother, right? And that's biblically prophesied in Genesis chapter 25. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out of the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from the hunting, And he also made savory meat and brought it in unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his sons of innocence, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? He said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who is he that hath taken the venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yep, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry. And he said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He didn't supplant him twice. What the fuck? Man, what the hell, man? I ain't got no banking information on here. What the hell? You see that shit? I don't keep no banking information on my phone. Fuck that bullshit. Anyway, where is he that hath taken... Okay, where was I at? Right. And he said, Thy brother came in with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, he hath now taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? So Esau told a lie about those 2 times, because the first time he sold the birthright to his brother Jacob for 1 morsel of meat, like it says in Hebrews. Right? Where is that at? Get him. Where's Hebrews, man? I just seen it. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Let's read it. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for 1 morsel of meat sold his birthright. See? So he sold the birthright. So in Genesis 27, he said he supplanted him these 2 times. Bullshit. For the birthright and the blessing, he's lying. See? For you know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. Why was he rejected? Because he sold his birthright to his younger brother for 1 morsel of meat. He sold his birthright. That's the reason why the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, rejected him. Okay? And not only that, he was disobedient. He was having sexual relations and marrying in with the heathen nations. See? For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. See? So, yeah. Sitting up there telling a lie, man. Okay, going back to Genesis 27. Okay, where was I at? Okay. Salakia. Right, here we go. Verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given unto him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but 1 blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So this is a perpetual hatred that these Edomite devils have for the children of Israel. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. Why? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and in the time that their iniquity had an end. Okay? Ezekiel 35 and 10. because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Right? So in these two nations, right, which is the nation of Judah and Israel, and the two countries are Azareth, aka America, and the land of Israel, our home, okay, shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. So what they did was they did something dastardly and diabolical by convincing our people that they were the people and that the children of Israel were nothing. Okay? Let's go over here to Lamentations chapter 2, verse 15. Right? All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Right? And you just heard this neo-Nazi sycophantic lunatic Stephen Miller, right, with that racist ideology, talking about they have nothing. They are gangbangers. They think they're tough. They don't know how tough we can be. They don't know how tough we can get the fuck out of here with this fucking Nazi rhetoric. You sound like Adolf Hitler, asshole. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against me. We're tough against our own people because of the Willie Lynch doctrine, the Willie Lynch letters. Turned the young Negro versus the old Negro, turned the light-skinned Negro versus the dark-skinned Negro, and vice versa, and turned the woman against the man. Okay? And it took off all by itself. And now you have perpetual hatred amongst our own people. If Jake has the highest murder rate in the country, it's amongst his own blood, his own kind. They don't go outside and kill up a bunch of Edomite Caucasians. They'll never do that. Okay? They don't have the goddamn testicular fortitude for that. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. And that's what Stephen Miller was saying. We have found and we have seen it. This is the day that we have looked for, to destroy these motherfuckers from off the face of the earth because they stole our birthright. Okay? The Lord hath done that which he hath devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he hath commanded in the days of old. Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 11. I am tired with withholding in. Right? He hath thrown down, he hath not pitied, and he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He has set up the horn of thine adversaries. And the horn, in the biblical context, means power or structure or government. Set up the horn of thine adversaries. And our adversary is Esau, Edom. Right? So the Most High Yahweh, this is the way he's getting back at us, man, for not keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Right? Okay. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 12. The kings of the earth and all the inhabitants of the world would not have believed that the adversary and the enemy should have entered into the gates of Jerusalem. And I'll be goddamned they didn't do that. They did it in Portland. They did it in Los Angeles. Now they're doing it in Memphis. They enter into the gates of Jerusalem. For the sins of her prophets and the iniquities of her priests, they have shed the blood of the just in the midst of her. They have wandered as blind men in the streets. They have polluted themselves with blood so that men could not touch their garments. Right? And that's what you see in the video. Step back, get back, right? They cried unto them, depart ye, it is unclean, depart, touch not, right? And then you have the protesters, okay? When they fled away and wandered, they said among the heathen, they shall no more sojourn there, right? And that what Stephen Miller said, they're gonna bring peace to Memphis, right? The anger of the Lord hath divided them. He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests. They favored not the elders. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. So we could bitch, whine, and complain and protest all day long. and these devils have been unleashed by Stephen Miller and Pete Kegsbreth, right? That allows them to, summarily execute us at will, right? They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets, right? Martial law. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. Okay, and this is going to be happening on a global scale. Anywhere where they feel that you have so-called blacks or so-called Latinos or anyone that looks like Israelites, all the different heathen nations are going to come against those people in those neighborhoods, barrios, or whatever have you in the different nations on a global scale, right? Our end is come. See? The breath in our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. And that was the problem that we made. Okay, that's where we fucked up. Where we say, well, we would rather live under the shadow of the heathen than live under the shadow of the wing and protective hedge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the creator of the heavens, the earth, the sea, all that is therein in the foundations of water. And that's where we messed up. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And the skins of Esau, Edom, is being discovered on a global scale. Everyone is waking up to these Edomite Caucasians and their fucking bullshit. Okay? Right? I mean, that's basically what's going on. Okay, no, this ain't what I was looking for. I was looking for Ezekiel, I think. Ezekiel chapter 2. Right? And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered unto me when he spake unto me, and it set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. They hard-headed. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord. And they said, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall they know that hath been a prophet among them. Okay? So the Most High sent forth again his servants the prophets, rising up early and sinning, but our people are just naturally rebellious people. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell amongst them scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Right? So, like I said before, Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So that's what we're out there doing. We're trying to get the blood off our hands. We told you all this time. The apostles and elders of a Great Millstone told you these things were happening. The apostles and elders of Great Millstone told you for over 30 years what the mark of the beast is, what form it's going to take, and when they're going to implement it. And it gave you signs by sending out other individuals that learned from them to warn you to your face, teaching you the same thing that was taught to them, that was taught to them, that was taught to us. Okay? That the mark of the beast, the radio frequency identification micro CHIP, the digital ID program, you won't be able to buy, you won't be able to sell in a digital society or cashless society without it. Okay? A person by the name of David Spangler, I think his name, was said that you will not be able to enter into the new world order without pledging allegiance to Satan. And the only way you can pledge what allegiance to Satan is to accept the mark of the beast, the MOTB, the radio frequency identification micro C-hip that can be implanted in your left, right hand, or your forehead. And you got the Elon Musk Neuralink brain chip and other companies that are in competition with trying to bring something more appealing to the social corporate network and social corporate media that work for the government, okay, in order to try to smooth it over with the people to make things easier and make the transition into this new digital society. The Fourth Reich under Clown Slob and that boy lover, man lover, Noah Yuval Harari at the World Economic Forum. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I just want to let y'all know, man, this is what's going on. These devils, you know, yeah, these devils, man. You know, they talking straight up shit. What they want to do, how they want to do it. Let's do that.
Donald Trump wanted America.
Yeah, hold on, man. I'm trying to go home. Trying to go back here. Trying to go back here again. See? I don't know, man. It won't let me do it. That's crazy. Okay, well then, goddamn it, I'll just do it this way. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's go back to the video. This is important. What was this, yesterday? That's just crazy, man. This is in Chicago. Right, hold on. Unrest, uproars of the people of the world, then shalt thou well understand, right? Civil unrest and national emergency. This is what they want, man. They were trying to push civil war so they can enact martial law and start gunning your ass down in the street. Who are they calling criminals? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Everybody else is crime free. But get this. Hold on. Let me pull up some more shit, man. I got some more shit off in here. Where was that at? Okay, hold on. Okay, let's go to screenshots. Let's go to the other one. Other screenshots. You know, because it, oh, yeah, it's all at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, hold on. What is that? Right, here it is. The Department of Justice have removed a study showing that white supremacist and far-right violence continues to outpace all other types of terrorism and domestic violent extremism in the United States. The study, which was conducted by the National Institute of Justice and hosted on a Department of Justice website, was... What is that? I can't read it. Hold on. Was available there at least until September the 12th, 2025. According to an archive of the page saved by the Wayback Machine, Jason Pandino first reported that the study was removed. See, so these motherfuckers know that they're the wicked, man. And, you know, they get to do whatever they want to do now. Okay, check this out. Okay, despite making up only 28% of the USA population, FBI data shows that white men are 55% of kidnappers, 56% of rapists, 58% of mass shooters, 59% of child porn arrests, 62% of statutory rapists or pedophiles, grapists or pedophiles, Slovakia, 63% of prostitution solicitors, 68% of 1934 NFA offenders, and 75% of incest perpetrators. Okay. White men. White men. White men. Okay, white men. Not us. What the fuck? Right? See? And then they talk about, got a song, hang 'em high, some goddamn stupid shit, man. Okay, come on, man. These people, hey, man, hey, yeah, if nothing is done to stop these goddamn animals, man, they're just gonna continue doing evil and wickedness in the face of the entire world, man. You know, they act like, like they shit don't stink. These Edomite Caucasian devils. Check this shit out, man. But we're the criminals, right? Mass shooters are racially, ethnically diverse through a majority, right? Hold on. White, 54.5%. Mass shooters are racially, ethnically diverse through a majority, though a majority are white. Black, 21.6%, and that's only killing ourselves. Hispanic is 9.2% because they're killing us too. Asian is 5.5%, and others 5.3%. But the highest amongst the mass shooters, 54.5%, man. Come on, man. Here's a chart. Look at that shit. But we're violent. We're the criminals. Fuck that. That's a lie. Let's go to Psalms chapter 140. Psalms chapter 140, verse 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. Now, we just saw this where they're saying that they're going to bring in the FBI to come and catch criminals. Shit. They ought to be trying to put their own people in prison then. They're the criminals. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips, Selah. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who hath proposed to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. And that net by the wayside are these goddamn Gurga troops coming in, kicking in people's door at 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock at night. They have set gins for me, Selah. Right?
Let me be very, very clear. I am a career prosecutor. If you touch a law enforcement officer, it is a crime and you are going to jail. We are arresting anyone who touches any of you. If you touch a federal officer, it's going to be assault on a federal officer, and we have our U.S. attorney here. And to all of you state and local officers, let's see what your DA does, because he better prosecute crimes against you, because we have your backs now.
The FBI has vowed swift justice after two suspects allegedly rammed a Department of Homeland Security, DHS agent's vehicle in Chicago in what authorities are calling an ambush amid rising unrest across the country. FBI Director Kash Patel confirmed that Miramar Martinez and Anthony Ian Santos Ruiz were arrested for assaulting federal officers, warning that attack our law enforcement and this FBI will find you and bring you to justice. According to a DHS statement, Martinez was armed with a semi-automatic weapon and had a history of doxing federal agents. She reportedly opened fire on Customs and Border Protection CBP agents and was shot in return before being taken into custody following treatment at a local hospital. The other suspect, Ruiz, was the driver of the ramming vehicle and was apprehended shortly after the incident, DHS confirmed. Both suspects are being prosecuted under Title 18 U.S. Code, Sections 111A and B, federal statutes that make it a crime to forcibly assault or impede an officer performing official duties. An FBI source told Fox News Digital the case is being treated as an assault on federal officers, or AFO.
So these motherfuckers have, they can just, with impunity, they can just peel your cap. They don't give a fuck. They can get away with it now. Impunity. Impunity definition: exemption from punishment or freedom from the injurious consequences of an action. Okay? Exemption from punishment. Exemption, indemnity, immunity, license, amnesty, dispensation, pardon, reprieve, stay of execution, exoneration, favoritism, unpunished, privilege. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, these motherfuckers can do whatever they want to do, man. Okay. Ain't nothing we can do about it. But sit up there and watch them do whatever they want to do. What was they talking about a few days ago? Or not a few days, but hold on. Okay, now you just heard Pam Bondi what she said. So if you assault these motherfuckers, you put your hands on them, they can kick your ass, beat you to death, shoot your brains out. But if you do the same thing to them, you get a life sentence. Okay? Is that fair? Okay? No.
Hundreds of National Guard troops will be deployed to Chicago to protect federal officers and property.
Judy is live with what we know so far. Judy?
In a memo to the Illinois National Guard, the Defense Secretary says members will be called into federal service effective immediately. Governor Pritzker says he learned last night of plans to send the Texas National Guard as well. The deployments could...
Okay. This is crazy, right? Trump deploys 300 National Guard troops now. Okay, so he's in full flame, full-fledged, what do you call it? Violation of the law. Okay, posse comitatus. Okay, boom. What is that? The Posse Comitatus Act is a 1878 federal law prohibiting the U.S. military from performing domestic law enforcement duties, a principle reflecting the long-standing American tradition of keeping the military separate from civilian police power. The law applies to the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, and Space Force, though there are exceptions for emergencies like insurrections, which are covered under the Insurrection Act. Okay? The act is a criminal statute, but has historically lacked strong enforcement, leading to an ongoing debate about its effectiveness and the need for reform. Okay? So, Donald Trump is in violation of the Posse Comitatus Act. Okay? What are Title 10, the Insurrection Act, and the Posse Comitatus Act, and when can the president use them? Spoiler, LA doesn't likely qualify. Okay? You see that picture, right? Okay. And that's basically what's happening, but this is what Pete Keg's Breath and that mindless Seco fan, Stephen Miller, goddamn neo-Nazi fascist lunatic that writes the rhetoric for Donald Trump. He writes that shit for him. Okay? He writes it down because other than that, Donald Trump is just a puppet. He's a robot. He just does what he's told. Okay? For a check. It's all about money with him. Goofball, sons of a... But anyway, just wanted to let you know this is what's up, man. Okay? These Edomites, they don't care no more, man. You know, they just gonna kick your door in 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Get ready.
Could last 2 months, and they could be extended. A White House spokesperson confirms plans to federalize 300 Illinois National Guardsmen. 400 Texas National Guardsmen will be deployed to Illinois, Oregon, and other locations. Pete Hegseth's memo does not say when those troops could arrive. He says that they will be stationed in areas where violent anti-ICE demonstrations are happening or are likely to happen.
Shalom.
The administration says ICE and Customs and Border Patrol agents are under attack. Agents have clashed with protesters since Operation Midway Blitz began early last month.
Okay. Shalom.